Hey guys, my name is Simpzy, how you all doing? Welcome back to some more Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD. Here today on the channel, we have another 1v1. This time around, it's between the Kingdom of France and the County of Toulouse. It's a river battle, so strap yourselves in. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. We haven't had a river crossing battle in this 1212 AD series. I'm curious to see who's going to win this one out. Will it be Toulouse or France? Let me know in the comments your predictions. And as always, feel free to join my Discord, linked in the description below, where you can send me your battle replays, preferably online. There are some rules. I recommend checking it out. So, France has divided his armies up into a two-pronged attack. Toulouse is taking the opposite side of the river and is moving some crossbows and some archers up to support. He's also got a bunch of halberds and pikes looking to hold the center. Then he's got his cavalry further at the back. So, what's the scenario for this one? What can we craft? Maybe it's just another French civil war going on. Toulouse is vying for more territory, while France wants to stranglehold and sort of keep the smaller French county in check. They don't want Burgundy or Toulouse or Aquitaine or any other French county to rise up and gain some territory. So there's been a dispute, and now it's a battle between both of them. Okay, so it looks like Burgundy are getting their first initial shots off here in the pouring rain in southern France. And it looks like Toulouse are going to push on over firstly, as France is retaliating with some additional fire there. So it looks like it is going to be France defending the crossing as Toulouse come flying on over there. Oh, it was a decent charge in the end. They actually managed to go away from the infantry line and have engaged a weaker unit here. And they've nearly broken through already the French centre. That is not good whatsoever. And to continue upon their initiative, they're swinging over some infantry as well. France is trying to just regain its ground slightly, but it is not looking good for the French. It's still super close. Look at this. And a French spear unit has routed. However, the French have made the decision to flank some cavalry around, and this should help massively if they can just neutralize those crossbows there. The French just need to hold the river crossing, or otherwise that cavalry rotation and flanking maneuver might be for naught and nothing. Okay, so the French are going with a flying wedge formation now. That should give them the charge boost and bonus to go on in. But it looks like the crossbows are running back now. And will they be able to catch them? No! Toulouse has swung around with a cavalry unit and has stopped them from attacking the skirmishers there. Everything is coming up Toulouse. Everything is coming up Millhouse for Toulouse. They are not doing well whatsoever. However, the French have engaged the Toulouse cavalry, but they've let one of their cavalry swoop on around and hit the crossbows. So, although they might not be able to destroy them completely, because they are getting kited a bit, it will stop them firing upon the weaker French forces holding here in the river. So fierce fighting is breaking out in the wet lowland of the river. Can France hold out from the Toulouse attack? Because if they can, just wait a little bit longer, they should be really Gucci in this fight, because they're going to be able to free up the cavalry to cycle charge and come back in. So looking at the balance of power, it does look like it's more favoured and weighted towards a Toulouse victory over than a French one, but it's still way too close to call, to be honest. Both sides have lost decent casualties there. So the Toulouse generals pushed further back, and the crossbows seem to be kiting, stretching and opening up the angles on the French quite well. Crossbows here still getting some more shots off in support. Okay, back over to the river. Still a bit of a grind and a gridlock. France holding their defensive position. could be a lot better, particularly in the river here. You can really bunker and knuckle things down in a low block at the mouth, but due to that charge, it really disrupted the efficacy of the shield wall, really. And it actually looks like Toulouse have capitulated. 3 units are now running away. A light polearm unit, 2 of them, and then 1 spear. Okay, and look at this. It has swung massively back within the French favour. Toulouse potentially might have bottled it. I thought they were in a really good position there from the start. Their crossbows are still hitting their cavalry, but the tick rate is still super close to call. And the French cavalry are carving through the Toulouse crossbows like carving a cake. It's a shame, Toulouse, because you were doing so well, but your forces are melting away like a hot knife through butter. Well, to be fair, they're actually trading back and forth. France is now losing an infantry unit, while the crossbows are wavering further at the back. Another French infantry unit is now wavering. As someone gets dismounted there, crazy. Where was your unit? Where was your cavalry unit? Maybe further up. Some poor knight stuck in the French river. I don't know. I can't think of a French river off the top of my head. Okay, so how are we looking? Okay. Oh! The men are wavering. I thought the general might have gone there. Still quite close. 500 each. Most of the French infantry is wavering and routing. However, the French have the cavalry, while Toulouse have the men and the infantry. And it looks like, for the push over the river, Toulouse is going to win on out. They caught them there in the end. Still quite close. A 50-50. Battling in the River Seine, I guess. Took me a while to think of a French river. Okay, so the French general there is holding, but not from a Toulouse rear charge. Far out. Yeah, I'm curious to see if Toulouse can edge this one on out and secure more land and maybe fight for a little bit more independence from the French monarchy. It's going to be an interesting one. So they're fighting in the river once more. France has a lot more cavalry over the eastern bank, but their general's probably caught on the eastern. Yeah, by 3 units there. Okay, so it looks like those crossbows have fully capitulated, and the French cavalry will need to reallocate and choose another target momentarily, you'd think, now that those crossbows have been neutralized. Okay, so the French cavalry is being pulled out. Wow. It's actually like super even towards the end here, except Toulouse might just have the men. Okay, how's this going to end out? Those crossbows are going to probably retreat. The spearmen are going. Yeah, I think it's going to end in a Toulouse victory in the end. Man, France nearly had it. Yeah, so it's a 2v5 at the moment. There's only a couple more minutes or so left. They might be able to get a charge here if they're lucky. But they just seem to be absolutely exhausted, if anything. And they're not going to be able to charge on off anyway. And that's it. It's ended in a close French defeat. Wow, let's have a look at the casualties sustained and inflicted. So the French deployed 1,300 and in a close defeat. They lost 917, crikey. The county of Toulouse with Raymond deployed 1,400. So he slightly outnumbered them by about 50 or so, nothing too crazy. So looking at the French, their general unit only got 17 kills, nothing crazy. Their cavalry did really quite well, crossbows and spears, but it was really the County of Toulouse spears, not the pole arms, did most of the work, and their generals and their cavalry. Yeah. Oh wow. They even outnumbered them cavalry-wise. Crossbows, they had slightly more as well, but it was really the infantry that edged that one out. Very interesting fight. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more campaigns and Total War battle replays on the channel. And I'm going to play the outro now. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.